the extraterrestrial parasite and eats his way out and attacks Jonesy and kills Beaver, and an alien entity, Mr. Gray, takes over. But it is such a I thought the character were very, how he wrote about the characters were very real. The movie itself, if you've seen the movie, then you know. I love the way how they did Jonesy's mind, the way he had those file cabinets and everything, how they did that. It was really, really good. And of course the Army's involved and all that good stuff, but it is, I thought it was an excellent book and movie. What did you think, Lori?
Like I said, I love the book and I love the movie. I have to say, the only thing I really couldn't stand in the movie, now that it's going to make you laugh, it was Morgan Freeman's eyebrows.
You know what?
Very distracting.
I think that's great. I love it.
I mean, I love him, but, those eyebrows were just distracting. Sorry. But I thought it was a good buddy flick.
Yeah, definitely.
And with
Don.
and I have to say, Donnie Wahlberg did such a tremendous job.
Oh, he was excellent, wasn't he? And I don't think anybody really knew it was him till later on,
Yeah, the end of it, I don't know. I don't know if I really liked the end of the movie so much. I thought it was a bit cheesy.
Well, yeah.
But, they could have done the special effects a bit better, is all.
True. Especially since that was made in 2003. So, yeah, I have to agree with you there.
But I liked it, and because in a lot of movies, it's kind of hard to depict anything like that, and and I think it did. I think they did an okay. I think they did a good job. I mean, I have the movie on DVD and I watch it.
Yeah.
Often. Okay. So.
Okay. The next one I'm going to talk about, I believe when we talked, you hadn't read him. Brian Lumley.
I did some research.
Okay.
So
he wrote the Necroscope series. This series is phenomenal. I couldn't wait for the next one to come out. I have them all. I have read them all. I love this series.
Well, when I was reading up on this series, it sounds like something I could really.
I think you would enjoy it. I really do. It spans 15 novels and 2 short story collections. The term necroscope.
I'm going to start with the first one and see how it goes from there.
Yes, I have all of them. I absolutely love this series. The term necroscope is someone who can communicate with the dead. And in the books, they call it dead speak. Unlike, it's not a necromancer. Necromancer uses a dead body, a corpse,
for evil, right?
Or to get what answers they want. Yeah, they, dig into them. A necroscope can communicate with them as equals, peacefully and without physical interference. They describe it as a type of ESP. The necroscope it's about Harry and how he communicates with the dead. And the dead are really drawn to him. He's like this light in the darkness for them. And they talk to him. And he finds out all about it. He talks to the great minds. And, of course, there are people in the world who want to use him as a weapon. What else is new, right?
Right. And
but it goes through all this. And there's another world he goes to, which is called the Vampiri, which, of course, is vampires. But it's a different whole setup. It is. It's amazing. I don't know if
my understanding is what happens in it is he I'm trying to remember what I read about it. His body somehow, I don't know, something in his body is released and goes into all these different people.
He dies in essence,
Yeah.
but
His essence goes into all these different people, and that's how it's carried on through all like the 15.
yes and no. You have to read it. It's partly
Right.
yes, but partly no. His essence is out there, and he helps his son. But there's this whole other world too, and the Vampiri are trying to get to Earth. Okay, basically come into our world. It's almost like a parallel world. It's really, really good, and he finds out answers to a lot of questions that help him save the people here on Earth. In the world. So, and it's 15 novels. It is just an excellent series. If you have not read this, I highly recommend it. I know there's some people out there who have read this. When you get the Vampiri, when it gets into that, it's amazing. This guy can write, and you can just visualize everything that he's written about. So I think you would really, really enjoy that. So let me know what you think about that when you do read it.
I'm gonna have to check it out, and it's Jacob and Dawn both think that it sounds really interesting. So maybe it's something that we could all, maybe read the first one and.
Yeah, we could discuss it. Yeah, that would be a great idea. The first book, I believe it's called The Necroscope. The very first book.
Yep, that's what I have written down
right
here. Necroscope.
Yep. So check it out, guys, and let me know. We'll discuss it. See what you thought of it. Because
I know Dawn and I we read books together a lot, and then we kind of talk about it as we're going.
Yeah, so good.
That'll work.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I just actually, because I wanted to kind of prep a little, of course, because I read about it on, I just read a bit about it on Wikipedia, just so I would
know what I was talking about. Yeah, what in the world? Yeah, it is. I can't even describe it, but you can actually visualize these Vampiri, these all the dead people talking. I mean, it's amazing. It really is. I think you guys would really enjoy it. But let me know if you get it, and we'll talk about it. I think it would be fun to do that. We ought to have we should have a forum for that. What do you think?
Well, we could have a conference call with all of them.
Yeah.
I'm sure, with Dawn, with the way her husband knows technology and
there
stuff.
There we go. We'll figure it out. We'll get it. That would be great. I'll tell you what. Once you get the book and read it, let me know. We'll come back and talk about it.
Okay.
That sound good?
That sounds wonderful.
Okay, awesome. Okay, I'm going to do one more, then we'll take a break, and Lori will come back and read another excerpt from Chad Clark. So the next one we're going to discuss, and another one, of course, of Stephen King's, The Tommyknockers. Now, I had a really hard time with this book. It's 1987, and while he's maintaining his horror style with this book, he really made a decision to go into the realm of science fiction with this. And as a residents of the main town of Haven, they fall under this influence of an object buried in the woods. Now, and King would later look back on this and describe it as an awful book. I like the premise of it, that, that this buried, space thing is buried in the woods and provokes violence in people and yada yada. But I thought it was just so long and tedious for me. I really struggled to get through it. But I like the premise of it.
It's one of my least favorite Stephen King novels.
Yeah.
And while we're on the subject, it is absolutely my least favorite Stephen King movie.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it just goes on too long. It's just like, okay, your characters are developed. I get it. And Bobby, of course, is taken over by, she's just so overcome with this and the way she looks and everything. I think the characters I just think it was way, way too long. And it really took me a while to get back, to really get into this book and finish it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good book, but it is one of my least. Hi, Chad. How are you?
Hi, Chad. Yes, did you see the comment he just made? That Stephen King was raging on cocaine when he wrote it.
Yes,
so
yes.
His family had his interventions shortly after this came out.
Right.
Thank you for that, Chad.
Yes, thank you. But yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, it is one of my least favorite, but it really gets into the science fiction end. So don't get me wrong, it's good, but I don't think it's one of his best.
Yeah, like I said, it's kind of right down there on the, it's down there at the very bottom of like I said, the bottom of for my book favorites and the very bottom as far as the movie. So, like I said, I have the movie, but, I don't think I'd watch it.
I recommend reading it if you have not read it, but it's going to be a hard read, so just be prepared for that. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Lori is going to read another of Chad Clark's stories, so we'll be right back.